no thumb came up.
I did like that. Yeah, I didn't I?
What's that?
I saw.
Yes guys, welcome back to another video here on the Andy #1 channel. Today's video is another video in the training solo series. I'm being helped out again by #United first team goalkeeper Tim Pitman. Today's video is 5 distribution exercises in order to help you guys get better. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to look at is short distribution. From a goalkeeping perspective, this might be receiving the ball from one centre back, playing out to another centre back on the other side. So it's that short distribution. Setup's going to be very similar for all of the exercises that we're going to run through today. You need a ball or a number of balls. I'm playing with 5 here. You need a wall, and then also you need a target. You need something that you're going to hit the ball at, because you don't want to just be hitting the ball aimlessly anyway. We need to aim at something. So the first thing we're going to talk about is body position. Now what I mean by body position is how you are receiving the ball. And in that we want to be open and receiving the ball on our back foot. Now what I mean by open is that you should be able to see your target, and you should also be able to see where the ball's coming from. So you've got to be in that open position. See where the ball's coming from, see where the ball's going to. Now we might also add in there as well a check of the shoulder, make sure nothing's coming in behind us, make it a little bit more game realistic. So when we're open, we're taking it on the back foot and we're having that first touch. Now the first touch is important because it sets yourself up for your second touch. In this instance, we're asking to play 2 touch. So it's 1 touch on the back foot, then the second touch on the front foot. And then, see, we need to make sure that we hit the target we're aiming at. Consistency is key for this. Tim and I have got 5 balls, so we're going to try and hit the back of the net 5 times. We've got to make sure that we're being as consistent in our execution as possible. So we're going to pass the ball against the wall, we're going to take a touch on our back foot, we're going to be nice and open, we can see the target and we can also see where the ball's coming from. We could have checked our shoulder as well to make sure that nothing's coming up behind us. Then we're going to make sure that our standing foot is pointing towards the target that we're aiming at. In this instance, Tim's going to use the inside of his foot, he's going to pass through the middle of the ball and he's going to follow through, so then his finish is then pointing towards the target that he's aiming at. Open, first touch, execute well. That's the key to this. Short distribution, can we be as consistent as possible? Second exercise we're going to look at is drilled distribution. So this might be now that we're looking to play over a larger distance, we're looking to make the ball move that little bit quicker, and we're going to try and keep the ball as low to the floor as possible to make it as easy to control for the person receiving it. So in this instance, the setup is exactly the same. We've got a ball, or a number of balls, 5. We've got a wall and we've got a target. And like I say, that target is that little bit further away. We're still going to look at all the same principles that we were looking at before. Our body position, our first touch and our execution are the 3 main things. Body position again, we're open, touch on back foot, and I'm going to play through here. Touch on my back foot and pass through with my right foot as well. Now with all of these as well, we should be making sure that we're playing with our right foot and our left foot. So I'm showing you right foot, I'm right footed. I prefer to use my right foot more than my left, but I should be able to use both right foot and left foot. Tim's left footed, he likes to use his left foot more. However, if you want to be that top goalkeeper, then you need to be able to play off both your right foot and your left foot. So everything you should be doing here should be with right foot and with your left foot. Now the key differences with this compared to the first one is your standing foot. For the first one, your standing foot was that quite close to the ball. Here now, your standing foot is that little bit further away, and your striking foot then comes through. Instead of using the middle of the foot, the inside of the foot, you're trying to use more of the laces. It's more of the big toe area, so you're at a different angle than just passing the ball through. That also means that your body position is different as well. So when you're playing short distribution, you're that little bit more upright. Here, you're going to be arms out that little bit more to give you some more stability. You're going to be at an angle and you're going to try and hit through the ball. So you're still hitting through the middle of the ball, however you're hitting the ball at an angle with your foot coming through. By doing that, it will mean that it will come off your foot more and it will skid through. Now Tim's got quite a stabby technique, whereas my technique's that little bit more smoother than Tim's, but the outcome is generally the same. And of course, we're looking to hit that target. We've got 5 balls, we're trying to get it into that little mini net 5 times. Consistency, if you can do it once, do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times out of 5. That will what make you a top goalkeeper, top distribution. So the third exercise we're going to look at is now a clipped distribution. Now from a goalkeeping perspective, this might be now that you have to play over people. So it might be you're receiving the ball from one centre half and you have to play out to your other opposite fullback. So you might have to clip the ball over a centre forward, you might have to clip the ball over a left winger, and you might have to get it out to your right back, let's say, who's hugging the touchline. Now, in this instance, again, setup's the same. So we're going to go through the same principles. We need to be open. We need to make sure we can see the target and where the ball's coming from. We need to make sure that our first touch is good as it sets us up for the second touch. And we need to make sure that we can execute properly. Now, the execution of this, again, is different. So we're looking now at that clipped ball. In this instance, our target is now the crossbar. That's what we're aiming for here. Instead of aiming for the mini goals, we're aiming for that crossbar. And now the execution of the technique of this is different, again, from the previous 2 techniques that we've looked at. In here, your left foot, in this instance, because I'm striking the ball through my right foot, so your standing foot isn't going to be as close to the ball as the first instance, but it's not going to be as far away as when we're looking to drill the ball. So we've got to find that nice comfort position with our left foot, and our right foot, in this case the striking foot, goes through the bottom of the ball. It's that bottom third of the ball we're looking at, because that's what gets the ball to go up, and that's what gives the ball flight. So in this instance, Tim's left foot looking to strike through that bottom third of the ball. Again, he's going to try and use that kind of big toe area in order to get this ball up, striking that bottom third of the ball. Now what you might notice again is that our upper body is slightly different. In this instance, Tim's right hand is out, right arm is out to give him balance. In my instance, I do a bit of a windmill with my left hand because that gives me a bit of momentum, it gives me a bit of stability, it helps me balance in order to then strike through that bottom third of the ball with our striking foot. But again, consistency. We're trying to hit 5. We're trying to hit 5 crossbars out of 5. Consistency is what's important. Fourth exercise we're looking at is now distributing from the hands. We're looking at a roll. So the very first exercise that we looked at was short distribution with the feet. This is the kind of equivalent, this time with the ball in your hands. So it's short distribution we're looking at, and it is rolling. So in this instance, we might be looking at taking a shot from one side, or we might be taking a cross or something where the ball's come through, and we want to distribute that ball over a short distance out and away. It could be starting a counter attack. It could be getting the ball out to our centre half or our fullback over the other side, but short distribution. So we want to make sure that whatever's happening in terms of where this ball's coming from, we've got an idea of where the ball's going to after it. So we've got this good picture on our head about where we want to distribute to. And when we do take the ball, then we want to get our body as close to the ground as early as possible to stop this ball from bobbling around. It means that we can release the ball lower to the ground. So also within that, as well as getting our body low to the ground, we've got to get the ball low to the ground. Like I say, it might stop bobbles, it might stop the ball from getting away, it might help the person receiving the ball. Then we've got to make sure that our arm is pointing towards the target. We're looking to quickly and accurately distribute this ball so we're nice and low to the ground. We've got to make that ball easier to control for whoever's receiving it, and we're going to make it smooth and quick out. So it's a good way to distribute that ball quickly over a short distance and really accurately. So here's Tim, nice solid catch, then he's got his foot out, he's got his knee nice and close to the ground, he gets the ball nice and close to the ground as well, and then he's able to smoothly get that ball almost at his target. Again, we've got 5 balls, we're looking to hit that target 5 times out of 5. Tim's left-handed, I'm right-handed, but we should both be practicing with our opposite hands, be equally good as distributing with our left side as well as our right side, and that will make us top goalkeepers and top distributors in the future. So the final distribution technique that we're looking at today is the overarm throw. In the same way that we might be looking at a clipped or a drilled pass if the ball's on the floor, this time with our ball in the hands, we're looking at an overarm throw for that longer distribution. So it could be that we're looking to bowl the ball out, you know, maybe even into the opposition half. Someone like Peter Schmeichel could really hurl that ball, and it was such a weapon for Man United back in the 1990s. Peter Schmeichel coming out for crosses and then hurling the ball into the opposition half. So it is for that longer distribution of the hands, out of the hands, I should say. So for this, we need to have a wider stance. Our left foot and our right foot are further apart. That gives us the base in order to generate that power. Our opposite hand, so in this case I'm throwing the ball with my right hand, so my left hand comes out. It points generally at the target, and it gives that first instance of where the ball's going. And then it's kind of a bowling technique. If you play cricket, it could be, it's a little bit like an off break for me actually, but it might be like a fast bowler. So we've got to make sure that we're bowling the ball out, and then our follow through points towards the target, because we want to make sure it's going where we want the ball to go. So that's a wide stance. We've got to lead with our opposite hands. We've got to point where the target is, and we've got to make sure we're following through exactly where we want this ball to go. Now in this instance, we're aiming at the small goal in the big goal. However, we could move that further and further back to see how far and how accurately we could bowl and throw this ball out.
How many times are going to hit the post?
So here's Tim. He takes his catch, wide stance, bowls the ball through, points at his target, follows through towards the target, hits the net, and then almost hits the back of the net. So they're the 5 distribution techniques that we're looking at today. We had short distribution, then we had drilled, clipped, roll, and finally finishing with throw. Go give them a go. Let me know how you get on. Go practice and go become a better goalkeeper.
Guys, thanks for watching this solo training video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on it. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? Make sure you click the subscribe button. More content coming soon, and let me know how you get on with these solo training drills.